Yo, Brando RSA, man. Talking about Shane Eagle doesn't deserve big three, dog. Hey, this was a thumbnail that I was like, yo, I might just have a POV on why that might be a narrative. Let me just see what it's about.
So today I want to talk about why Shane Eagle should not be a part of the big three.
Why?
Yes, I said it. And
yes,
before the comments start flying, let me be clear. This is not a Shane Eagle hate video. Shane Eagle is talentless. No, Shane Eagle has classics. Shane Eagle played a role in South African hip-hop history, right? But being talented and being a part of the big three are two different things, right? Because when we talk...
Okay, what's the big three? Okay, just right off the bat, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and say big three vibes. We got Nasty, Reese, and who's the third one if not Shane? Right? Who do we got? La Matlera? That's a good question, right? We might have to have somebody like a Matlera up there. You know what I mean? Because I would assume like Shane, you know, be the Cole of the situation. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So okay, who's third then?
Talk about the big three. We not talk.
Okay, not like, let me not say who's third because like no particular order, right? Let's
talking about vibes. We're not talking about nostalgia. We're talking about impact, dominance, relevance, success, and presence, right?
Cool.
When you break it all the way down, the real big three is Nasty C, A Reese, Blackie, and that's
Black man walking, man. The black man walking, nigga. Hold on, man. He deserves his own aura soundbite, right? The black man walking, what's up? Black man walking, what's up? Black is from this. Come on, bro. So okay, so Blackie. So it's Blackie, Nasty, and Reese. Blackie, Nasty, and... Don't you think we gotta have maybe a 5? I don't know. You think I'm stretching it if I'm saying a 5? Because like, come on, man. Shane gotta be somewhere.
Specific order. So
you said no specific order?
Shane Eagle doesn't clear Blackie.
Nah, let's do the order, nigga. Let's
not
get
in
into
impact,
it.
Not in success, not in hits, not in commercial presence, and he definitely doesn't clear the other two in the big three, right? So
okay.
Let's talk about it, right? Before we name names, we need to define the criteria because too many people throw around the big three thing like it's just about who they like, right? So
yeah.
Big three is not your favorite rapper. Big three is not who had a great album once. Like he had a good album guy one, you know.
Okay, hold on. Let me just go ahead and give my whole how I would, you know, assume the function of a big three even. Bro, when we're talking just like different aspects, dog, you know, show variation within this thing. You know what I'm saying? This thing already has a problem of being one-dimensional. Facts, right? One-dimensional in terms of just the sound that everybody is you know, is flocking towards or making a noise about, or even who the gatekeepers just like accept and things like that, right? There can easily be just like a narrow-mindedness in that kind of thinking. There can be a narrow-mindedness in the kind of performance that niggas, come on, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? The whole, especially, I know y'all been hearing the complaints about, yo, niggas just only do backtracks, they don't do this, that, put a little effort, this, that, and the third. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like niggas gotta like show variation so that these kind of effects don't, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas ain't bored, bro. Niggas ain't just like, yeah, monotonous with like what the culture looks like out here, especially in SA hip-hop. You feel what I'm saying? So when we're talking big three, yes, we gotta tap into like, okay, who's got the, you know, the energetic shit, the vibes, the mainstream sort of, bro, you know, this whole mainstream thing is pissing me off, bro. Facts, right? The mainstream conversation pisses me off because it's like, what is mainstream? Just because a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Within the big three, they may be a nigga that's like played on radio more than the other niggas. You know what I'm saying? More interviews more than the other niggas. More this, more followers than the other niggas. But like, yo, what's like, what purpose does that nigga serve? You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Reese's Pocket. We all know Reese's Pocket, my boy. You feel me? He got this little pocket where it's like, yo, it's hot. You know what I'm saying? It's vibrant, my boy. You feel me? But it ain't. There's no try hard energy to it. You feel me? We know that it's in him talking his shit. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Popping his shit. That's what we respect about Reese. Talk your shit. You know what I mean? And then we see a Nasty. Look at Nasty, bro. We can talk about aesthetic, my boy. We can talk about like yeah, like the rock star image, the you know, the aesthetic that goes with the thing. Even he, dog, it's not about even trying hard type shit, but it's like it's shit that competes at a level where it might get other niggas to try hard type shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? You get the Blackie, bro. He got the whole. He's giving the Lil Uzi type of. How can we say it, bro? Type motion in terms of the imagery he paints in the music, the, you know what I mean? Man, how he pop his shit on there. It's like Lil Uzi type vibes. Like Lil Uzi's not that like super significant, yo, eyes on him always, but he plays a really, you know, he moves the crowd. Like there's a certain niche that he moves, and how he moves it is inspirational to people who are not part of that niche community to take notes. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got like that kind of magnetism. Let's call it magnetism. Feel me? And then we got to Shane, bro. Shane, nigga. Come on, bro. The nostalgic shit. Yeah. The nostalgic shit. The shit where it's like, yo, you relate in a deeper way. I feel like he dives into the pocket or the kind of legacy type way of thinking that Keenan, you know, left, or not left, but, you know, he dives into that whole thing where, you know, being from where he's from, he relates the best. You know what I mean? Because he does go into that raw imagery of like where he's from, especially as of late. You feel what I'm saying? Back then it was about like, yeah, popping your shit, yeah, talk that talk, yeah, I'm that guy now, I travel the world now, I got these awards, these accolades is what. But now it's like, yo, you know, deeper imagery about where he's from. Grubby Rich, right? Joburg, things like that, right? Like the history of that. I think there's an interlude about just like the history of Johannesburg, dog, in his latest project. You feel me? Like that kind of thing where he doesn't do it trying to like talk a whole lot of vernac in your face and a whole lot of township slang to try and relate, but the imagery, bro, the story, you know what I'm saying? That's that pocket. Like who does that pocket better than Shane? Right? So, but as I said, bro, I already mentioned 4. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm looking at it that way, like variety, not like, yo, the niggas that got the most. You know, I don't know, bro. It's not even about numbers. Like if you think about it, you feel what I'm saying?
Who you grew up.
Right, what you think the big 3 about, Brando?
Listening, that's not the definition of big 3. Big 3
what are we talking about?
Means an artist who can define an era, right? Did Shane define this era? I don't really think so. Because
definition of an era, like as in leaving a mark type shit?
It's about cultural impact, commercial success, longevity, influence on the next generation, hits that crossed the genre, being the face of the culture at some point, and most importantly, when they drop, the whole entire country pays attention, not a specific portion of hip-hop, right? So that's big 3 energy, right? So if you argue against Nasty C being, you know, a part of the big 3, you're not serious. Nasty C is internationally recognized, commercially dominant, critically respected, a household name. He crossed over, he carried SA hip-hop globally.
Who's arguing
he has hits, albums, awards, tours. That's no crazy debate, right? A Reese, again, if you're trying to disagree that A Reese is in the big 3, A Reese might not be commercial in the traditional sense, but his impact is very undeniable. You know, Reese shifted the sound. He built a cult-like fan base, influenced lyricism, aesthetic and independence, created a blueprint, right, that artists are still copying today. So Reese is the people's champion, the underground king, and the rapper's rapper, right? So Nasty and A Reese, you know, locked, stamped, no discussion. The top 2 positions, shit, right? The 3rd spot is where the problem starts. I've heard MT, I've heard Shane, I've heard Blackie.
Now with MT type shit. Yeah, I break it down.
And today I want to speak about Blackie and
Black Man Walking. Hold on.
Jay, right? I'll make another video where we speak about Blackie and MT. So
Blackest Man
let's be
walking.
fair. People put Shane in the big 3 because of one era, right? The 2016 to 2019 Shane Eagle run, 2017 to 2019 Shane Eagle run, right? Yellow, you know, Let It Flow, that kind of thing, right? I think Let It Flow is his biggest song. So
I know, all the way up until Dark Moon. That was 2019, right? Okay.
That was a
okay.
moment. Shane represented emotion, vulnerability, and
saying.
a softer alternative lane, right? And at that time, he stood out. But here's the issue.
Where is it?
A moment does not equal to legacy, right? And after that era, the momentum slowed down, the impact faded, the dominance.
Man, hold on, man. Let me ask y'all a really serious question, right? How y'all feeling about Shane Eagle, tapping into streaming? Like live streaming, that is, like Twitch streaming type shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the kind of niche that he's like looking at, the kind of just motion that he's into, I feel like could just the value in him being the artist that you follow him, if you into him, you know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with Shane, you know what I'm saying? I still respect Shane. Yeah, fuck with the energy, you feel me? So far, you feel me? So, the one way I feel like value could be deepened with the people that he's connected to could be, stream, bro, like, or some sort of, I don't know, man, like niggas, you know how rappers feel about content creation. Yeah. No, bro, my shit is not content. No, what do you mean? I gotta keep the mystique. No, bro. I'm him, bro. Do you know who I am? I'm him. Nah, hold on. But like with Shane, like, you know why I'm even bringing this up is the fact that I know homie, like, he got like this humility to him. You know what I'm saying? I know he be popping his shit, you know what I'm saying? He be on his narcissism sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's necessary. Look at me, it's necessary. Right? He's a rapper. Let's be real. Hey, don't look at me funny, dog. You know what it is. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like at the same time, I can sense some sort of humility about this nigga where it's like, with his fans, it's, at least with what he says, like how he presents his music and things like that, he doesn't leave things at vanity level only, right? He goes deep. He wants you to connect to his intellectual side, his spiritual side, emotional side, all that kind of thing. Now imagine sharing that shit on stream, bro. You know what I mean? Just like kick it, like, you know what I'm saying? Play a game, bro, record a song, like something, nigga, just go buy bread at the local coolies, bro. You know what I'm saying? No. Let me not call them niggas that online, right? But hey, man, come on, dog. I didn't violate anything, but just IRL stream yourself, like live stream yourself going to buy bread at the like niggas. They say the one-eyed man is. I don't know, man. No, I gotta be him, bro. I'm a rapper, nigga. Nah, I get it though.
It's disappeared, and that's where Blackie enters the conversation. Blackie didn't just have a moment. Blackie had an era. At his peak, Blackie was.
Nah, and shout out Blackie, right? He be doing the streams. He be going on, but yeah, I ain't checked it out in a minute. But he be going on Discord, seeing what his audience be wanting him to react to and shit like that. You feel me? Well, nasty been pushing the game and shit. You feel me? Like niggas been doing it. Man, come on, Shane gotta crack another kind of pocket with it in terms of, man, come on, let's tap into the content, niggas. Reese. Bro, come on, niggas, what's up?
Radio non-stop, charting consistently, crossing into mainstream
Casper, dog. Big Unk is opening the way. Y'all niggas gotta jump in, man.
youth culture, blending hip-hop and pop effortlessly. And I mean, the underground wave, I think Blackie is the king of that wave. You know what I'm saying? Blackie didn't just appeal to hip-hop heads. He reached casual listeners, students, party crowds, fashion spaces. At one point, let's be honest, Blackie was the face of modern South African hip-hop. You couldn't escape his sound. Shane Eagle never reached that level of like cultural saturation, right? This is the
cultural saturation.
Very uncomfortable part, that Shane Eagle's commercial presence is not on the same level as Nasty C, A Reese, and Blackie.
Now that's a fact.
And commercial presence matters. Blackie has multiple mainstream hits, dominated playlists, had songs that lived outside of hip-hop spaces, stayed relevant to casual listeners. Shane Eagle respected, loved by a niche.
Out of black man walking, so Yama the greatest, the hottest, what's good?
Move the needle the same way.
You feel me?
Big three artists move culture and numbers. J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, not Big Sean, Wale, Meek Mill. And we definitely have to talk hits, not songs hip hop Twitter loves.
Talk
No,
to me nice
real
then.
hits, songs that charted, got radio play,
I feel
lived
you though.
past their release year. Blackie has more recognizable hits than Shane Eagle, period. You can name Blackie songs that non-hip-hop fans know still get played today, and songs that actually define an era. Shane Eagle's catalog, yes, it does have strong albums, but hit for hit, he doesn't compete. And big three artists are hit makers, not just album artists. Another uncomfortable truth is that Blackie has outpaced Shane Eagle in accolades, visibility, and momentum.
Damn,
Blackie capitalized on this moment, so Shane Eagle didn't, right? And whether it was creative choices, rollout issues, or industry shifts, the results, yeah, right? Blackie stayed in the conversation. Shane slowly faded out of the mainstream, and he's very inconsistent, you know what I'm saying? And big three artists don't fade. Kendrick doesn't drop for 3 years. He's still Big Me, you know what I'm saying? And to wrap this whole thing up, Shane Eagle is very talented, very important, and a very big key figure in, you know, South African hip-hop history. But is he a part of the big three? Nah. Nasty C, number 1, the global superstar. Shane Reese, number 2, the cultural architect. Number 3, Blackie, the modern hit maker and the face
some young but the hottest, the greatest. Look. Alright. Let me go ahead, right? Let me go ahead, jump in, right? Let me go ahead, just, you know, going at your shit. Yeah, it has no option but to grow type shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie.
Blackie earned the spots through impact, success, hits, commercial dominance, cultural relevance.
I hear that.
Shane had a moment, right? Blackie had a movement. There's a difference. Shane Eagle had a moment, and Blackie has a movement, and that's the difference.
Shit, I feel you.
You disagree?
And I feel like, yo, even the Toilers, dog, the Toilers like just doubled down, like it's a whole movement already. It's just like, yeah, like I feel like even notes could be taken from how Blackie did with his. You know, it's big potential there by the Toilers too. Like that's movement kind of motions. I ain't gonna lie.
Cool. Let's we're not even gonna argue in the comments. If you disagree, that's cool, man. I don't care what you think.
Damn.
The facts are facts. Big three, Shane Eagle for me, he doesn't make the cut. I think Blackie would deserve it more. I'm gonna make another video discussing points on why between MT and Blackie who should be on the big three. Probably drop this after this one. So yeah, peace.
No matter what, does it have to be big three, dog? Why not maybe big five, dog? You know what I'm saying? Why do niggas have to copy paste what like the Americans are doing, like on some shit? You know what I'm saying? And this is no knock to nobody. You know, it's just, yo, you know, just let's understand, you know, the fact that let's understand the fact that the reality that we're not all from the same spot should be respected, in that let's be different, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let there be a big five, nigga. Is that corny? Wait, is that corny? Big five? But like it would be so dope if niggas would just like clearly, you know, dominate lanes where it's distinguishable. Like this nigga clearly, bro, he's dominating this, bro. And you know, it's beautiful. He's got that on lock. He's got that. He's got that grip on this kind of lane of rap, right? And this lane, I don't know, dog. But then I'm talking about once you got that grip as that person in that kind of niche, you go crazy. I'm talking about you gotta be excellent with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be excellent with it. Feel me? And I feel like, you know, the less scatterbrained you are with that kind of thing, you know, it will only make sense then. But why does it have to be big three just because, you know what I'm saying? Because the West got